In this video, I'm taking you through one of my absolute favorite projects, and I'm going to show you how we turned IKEA cabinetry into something that looks incredibly high-end and custom. I create interiors that evoke a feeling and spaces where memories are born. My name is Lisa Santaki. I'm a designer and interior stylist. And if interior design and home decor is your thing, click the subscribe button and follow along. If you think IKEA cabinets look basic, think again. In this video, I'm taking you through one of my absolute favorite projects, and I'm going to show you how we turned IKEA cabinetry into something that looks incredibly high-end and custom. So I know what you're thinking. Why go with IKEA? Well, the truth is we were on a very tight timeline for this project and a very restrictive budget. And with these limitations, we still wanted to achieve a high-end look and feel. This was a guest cottage, but we didn't want it to feel like a cheapened version of the main cottage. We wanted to have that same flow without having to spend the same amount of money. By going with ready-made cabinetry, we were able to deal with the timeline issue and also with the budget issue. A lot of people think, oh, well, if you're going to go with ready-made or you go with IKEA, it's going to end up looking cheap. That's not the case. And this is where good design comes into play. And with these limitations, we still wanted to achieve a high-end look and feel. We mapped out every inch of this space. The ceiling heights, appliance integration, custom ceiling details to work with the cabinetry limitations. Because let's be honest, if you want IKEA to look custom, you got to design as if it is custom. So this is where the transformation really happens. We opted for the natural oak door fronts from IKEA. These are a 5-piece miter door. So the frames are solid oak and the recessed center panel is a veneer. Because it was a small guest cottage, my clients wanted it to feel light, bright, and airy. But they also wanted to feel as though the outside was part of the inside. We achieved this by bringing in a lot of the natural colors. This is a lakefront property. So by bringing in bluey grays, the natural woods from the oak, and then brightening the space with soft white and integrating different lighting. We used sconces, pendant lights, recessed downs, and specialty recessed downs. We made sure to put everything on dimmers and have different switches so that lighting can be controlled throughout the day at different times to create moods and feelings within the space. We dropped the ceiling around the kitchen, creating a tray ceiling. Within the tray ceiling, we added a shiplap detail to give it that cottage feel. Dropping the ceiling allowed us to bring the cabinetry right to the underside of the ceiling detail, which gives the look and feel of a custom kitchen. There isn't that weird, awkward gap between the top of the cabinets and the ceiling. We planned for minimal fillers, placed fillers in certain areas to make it look and feel as if it was a custom kitchen. And we utilized panels in ways that we were able to, again, make it look and feel as if it was custom. Adding all these details, lighting, ceiling details, trim and millwork, create a built-in custom look. Another area that we upgraded was hardware. Hardware is one of the most underestimated design decisions. In order for the space to have a warm and luxurious feel, we opted for brushed brass finishes. With the hardware, we opted for brushed brass. This created a juxtaposition between the cooler marble and the warmer tones in the brushed brass. You can tell the difference between good quality hardware and bad quality hardware just by the finish alone. A good quality piece of brushed brass is going to have a beautiful, rich undertone, and it's going to feel good when you grab the handle. A cheaper piece of hardware is going to have a very muted, weak, almost gaudy color to the brass, and it will feel cheap. This one detail will elevate the look and feel of your cabinetry. So you ready to know where we actually chose to spend? You guessed it, the stone. We opted for natural stone, but my client didn't want something that was going to be overly demanding on maintenance. So we opted for a quartzite. Quartzite is a natural stone and it is pretty durable. It was perfect for a cottage setting. It was going to give us that natural movement that a marble would without the maintenance requirements of a marble. Also, the color of this stone was absolutely perfect. We wanted to incorporate the landscape colors into the inside. This blue gray is very reminiscent of the lake. The warm wood tones is reminiscent of the hardwood around, all the trees they're surrounded by. And the warm brass, that's the juxtaposition. We needed something that was going to offset that cool marble tone and tie everything in together. So here we are. Oak cabinetry with a simple shaker profile and little inner molding. Beautiful countertops in this soft, muted gray tone. Stunning brass hardware. Meticulously planned kitchen and a thoughtful lighting design to allow for different light levels throughout the day to create different moods and feels throughout the day. So where did we save? IKEA cabinetry. We were able to get soft closed doors and drawers, customize the cabinetry to have inserts that my client felt were necessary for her kitchen to function the way she wanted and needed it to, and with some careful planning and installation guidelines, we achieved what looks like custom cabinetry. You don't have to spend everywhere. You just need to spend in the right places. So what really makes a kitchen feel high-end? Texture, tone, and material contrast. It's never just the one thing. It's everything working together in that space. This is exactly what happens when thoughtful design meets intention. This is what turns something simple into something unforgettable. So if you're thinking of using IKEA cabinets in your home, I say do it. But do it with intention, of course, because the difference between basic and beautiful, it's always in the details. Don't forget to subscribe for more design insights, real projects, and ways to elevate your space, no matter what your budget is.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.